Excel allows us to cancel actions. This is useful when we make a mistake and want to revert the actions that led to that mistake. To illustrate it, I will follow the instructions shown on the spreadsheet. There are two actions that I need to take. First, I enter the number 50 in cell B4. Second, I change the color of cell B4 to yellow. Now, let's assume that these actions were wrong and I need to revert them. To revert them, I have to click on the button Undo, which is this arrow pointing to the left. So, I click the Undo button once, and as you can see, the action number 2 was reverted. The color of cell B4 went back to white. I click the Undo button one more time, and the first action was reverted. The number 50 entered in cell B4 was deleted. So remember, the Undo button will cancel the actions starting from the last one and will go back to the first as long as you continue clicking on it. Now, let's assume that the two actions shown on the screen were actually correct. How can I recover the reverted actions? To illustrate how to do this, I'll recover the two actions cancelled previously by clicking on the button Redo, which is this arrow pointing to the right. So I click the Redo button once, and the first action is recovered. As you can see, the number 50 in cell B4 is shown again. I click the Redo button one more time, and the next action is recovered. As you can see, the color of cell B4 is yellow again. So remember, the Redo button will recover the cancelled actions starting from the last one cancelled. Another way to revert actions is by using keyboard shortcuts. To cancel actions, follow the steps shown on the screen. Let's try these steps to undo or cancel the two actions taken in cell B4. So, I press the Control key, and while keeping it pressed, I press and release the key Z. As you can see, the last action was cancelled and the color of cell B4 went back to white. I press and release the key Z one more time while holding down the Control key, and the first action was reverted. The number 50 entered in cell B4 was deleted. So every time I press the key Z, one action will be cancelled. To recover cancelled actions with keyboard shortcuts, follow the steps shown on the screen. Let's try these steps to redo or recover the two cancelled actions in cell B4. So I press the Control key, and while keeping it pressed, I press and release the key Y. As you can see, the last cancelled action is recovered and the number 50 is shown again in cell B4. I press the key Y one more time while still keeping the Control key pressed. Another action is recovered and the cell B4 is yellow again. The advantage of knowing these keyboard shortcuts is that they work for any Excel version as well as for any Microsoft Office program such as Word, PowerPoint, or Access.